What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Spencer, and I'm bringing you another deck profile. I think I mentioned this in yesterday's video, actually, that I would be showing you guys the DDD deck profile. Once again, if you guys are new, I've realized I've done a lot of combo tutorials, like step-by-step combo tutorials, but I always forget to show you guys the deck profile, and someone had finally told me that in the comments. I was like, shoot, dude, you're totally right. So I'm doing another one of those today. I'm going to get this out of the way. And if you guys are seeing this first, definitely go check out a while ago. These are all still valid combos, luckily. And I think it's actually going to be relevant for a while. I think Link Ross is going to get banned before Needle Fiber. So this will be one of the few decks I think that can take like full advantage of the combo, which is really cool. So I'll just go through it here. A lot of these are one-ofs, and you kind of don't want to draw them, but... So I'll show you guys. So the one DDD, what are they even calling it in the TCG? Go DDD Divine Zero King Rage. It can be a game ender. It has a lot of good monster effects. Social Scale 0, so I guess an emergency. I like to have one of them in the deck. It's a pretty unique card for sure. The two Ragnarok's is pretty good, honestly. Savant Thomas is needed for a combo, so that's why that's a one of. Almost all of these are for combos anyways, for the most part. So it's the same thing for Chaos King Apocalypse, the DD Cerberus, which you like. It seems like you go like super negative, but it actually ends up helping you out in the end. The DD Orthros, and this is when these are kind of your core monsters now. Like those are all just like, hopefully you don't draw them. It's not a big deal if you do. There's no dead cards in this deck, luckily. It's just it'll be better for you to have like extenders in your hand type of thing. The 3 DD Savant Copernicus Coper. The most fun part about these videos is trying to pronounce it without sounding as stupid as possible. I'm not even going to try. The 2 DD Ghost. I guess you could bring this down to 1 technically, but I guess that's more of a personal preference. If there is like a 1 slot that you can kind of change. The 3 DD Swirl Slime. The 3 DD Necro Slime, obviously. The 3 Lamia, which I think is being used as a Needle Fiber combo starter, which is quite interesting. And the DD Savant Kepler, which searches your Dark Contract with the Gate. Next is all of your consistency cards to try to make this hand possible, because full combo is your DD Savant Kepler, your Lamia, your Necro Slime, and your Swirl Slime, which does sound hard, but let me show you guys next. Because you're running alls at 3, you can run a lot of great cards to really make that a real possibility. It's not as hard as you might think. So one of those cards is Lure. These are all dark monsters, so if you have, it's great to draw 2, especially if you have an extra Oblivion King in your hand, or maybe you drew into the DDD Reji and you don't need it. 1 for 1 is going to get you access to DD Necro Slime or your Lamia, depending on what you need. So that's one way to get to the cards you need. One of the few decks I can use Pot of Desires, which is fantastic, and really there's no negative effect at all. Like all of these can go to the bin. You just need this core that I was talking to you about, and really that's the real reason to run DD Ghost. I guess that kind of makes sense to me now. I would not run this at 1. Actually, you can't risk it. In fact, you may want to put it at 3 because it's so necessary for your combos. I run it at 2 because I'm a risky boy, but yeah. The 3 Where Art Thou? Normal summon your Kepler, which also can be used for 1 for 1 as well. Its search effect is also on special summon. Doesn't have to be normal summon, which is crazy. So the Where Art Thou is going to search you too. And Upstart Goblin, I guess, for a little bit of consistency. And Dark Contract with the Gate obviously searches all of them. And this could be a decent play starter, Dark Contract with the Swamp King. So I definitely keep it in there. It's kind of like an alternative route tree, but it is pretty decent to have. Some of these fusion monsters are pretty good. Going on to the extra deck here, we have DDD Flame High King Genghis. Now, first of all, and you'll see that in my combo video, this is the most complicated combo I think I've ever done. Odd Eyes was a little bit, but this one is so specific about zone placement and stuff. You're going to have to practice this a lot, and the hardest part I think of these combos is trying not to mix up these DDD Flame High King Genghis and your just regular DDD Flame King Genghis. So be careful with that, and make sure when you're building this deck that you have 2 Flame King Genghis and 1 Flame High King Genghis, because that'll change everything if you mess that up. The Satellite Warrior, which is great, doing Satellite Warrior during your opponent's turn, which is ridiculous. The Boarload Savage Dragon is just going to be an additional negate. This deck can actually make Crystalline Synchro Dragon. It can make DDD Curse King Siegfried. Your DDD Gus King Alexander is really just an extender, nothing more than that. The Formula Synchron is part of your combo. And your DDD High King Caesar, which I believe is a negate, which is pretty cool. Your DDD Wave King Caesar. Again, I think part of these are just combos and stuff like that, so don't put too much weight into these XYZ monsters. You need one DDD Abyss King Gilgamesh, your one Needle Fiber, and of course your Cross Sheep. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, this is not a deck that can go second. It's definitely not going to be breaking boards. It's a little susceptible to hand traps, although, I mean, you really have so many ways to search all these cards, so you may be okay, for the most part, working through hand traps, but if you can pull the combo off, basically ending with one of the best end boards in Yu-Gi-Oh! Again, I know that's not the... I don't want to say it's a low bar to clear, but there are obviously a lot of decks in this format from the existence of Needle Fiber and Link Ross that can build some ridiculous boards, but this is certainly one of the best ones. And just to give you guys a preview before you go check out the combo video, one of them ends with Siegfried and I believe Boarload Savage Dragon. I know what you're thinking. Oh, that's not so great. 2 negates. What the heck, dude? Well, it actually ends up popping off. Your Crystalline Needle Fiber tags out for a formula. Your formula is going to help you go into a Satellite Warrior, which also helps you go into one of your other negates. Maybe you end on Crystal Wing, and I think that ends up going into Boarload Savage Dragon. It's so stupid good, man. Like it's almost an unbreakable board for the most part. It is. So that's going to be the deck profile. The deck profile for today. DDDs have always been one of my favorites. I love the fact that the deck uses all the summoning mechanics. I think that's my favorite part about it. That's why I liked Reji in the anime so much. He was kind of like a new Kaiba. I'm actually would love to do some videos on the Yu-Gi-Oh! Anime series. I may do like a ranking of them or something like that. If you're interested in something like that, let me know, guys, in the comments. If there is enough interest, I'll for sure do it. But yeah, that's going to do it for today's video, guys. If you have any questions or anything like that, let me know. And I hope you have an absolutely wonderful night.